Hello everyone, welcome to English to Tarkar. I'm so delighted that you people are here, and today I'm going to talk about how to stop faking an accent and why we fake an accent and why we probably should fake it and why we should stop faking an accent. So I'm going to talk about all these three things in this video, and thank you so much for suggesting this amazing topic. And this was suggested by one of our viewers, and I'm so excited to be talking about this finally. I know I had taken a break, and I'm so delighted to be back again. As usual, I'm going to be uploading videos regularly, and thank you so much for being here. And before getting into today's topic, I would like to remind you that if you are someone who wants to become fluent in English and really want to achieve the fluency that you always wanted to have, then please join English to Darkar. And I'm going to start my new course from 1st of June, and I'm taking admissions there. In order to join, please click on the link in the description below. From you're gonna get the link of the page, Facebook page of English Tadarkar, and also the link of the Facebook group of English Tadarkar. You can leave a text there, either in the group or on the page, and I will get in touch with you, and then we can discuss about all the details that you need to know and I need to share with you. So let me get back to today's topic, that is how to stop faking an accent. So before I get into stopping faking an accent, let me discuss where does it come from. Now, honestly, I think faking an accent is actually a good thing. Now, why am I saying this? I know this sounds controversial, but this is my opinion. But I also understand why one should feel, or why one may feel, uneasy about faking an accent. And, in that case, you probably shouldn't do that. But I think faking an accent is a good idea. Now, I'm going to elaborate why. So, what we are trying to do about English, is we are willing to become fluent in English and also sound natural. Now, what is that natural? If you are an Indian and you are from the north of India, you have a different kind of an English accent. If you're from south of India, then you have a different type of an accent. If you are from the east or from the west, you probably have slightly different type of an accent. Now, if you're someone who is from a city, then you have a different type of an accent. And if you are someone who has been brought up in the villages or in small towns, you probably have a different kind of an accent. Now, if you were a student of an English medium school, then you have a different kind of an accent. If you are someone who has studied in a vernacular medium school, then you have a different kind of an accent. And if you are, from a convent school, then you probably have a very different kind of an accent. Now, what makes one thing natural is very subjective. And at the same time, this is a time of globalization. And in the time of globalization, we constantly are getting exposed to American music, British movies, American movies, mostly American movies, and sometimes even Australian things. And as we are on social media, we watch prank videos, we watch news channels, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. So we are bombarded with different kinds of accents. Now, what is natural? To be honest, if you speak, if you are from a rural area maybe, or if even if you have a very strong Indian accent, a native accent, what really happens is your English kind of stops being understandable to many people. And at the same time, if we use a highly accented, if we try to, speak like the Americans or the Brits, or maybe the Australians, again, it may be difficult for the listeners to understand what we are trying to say. Now, given all these things, you will understand what I mean to say is there are two elements when it comes to the accent that you use. One is about your comfort, and another is whether the listener understands it or not. So there are these two elements which are very, very important. One is whether you feel comfortable in the accent that you are using, and whether the listener feels comfortable when they listen to you. So I think as we are part of a very diverse country, we should speak while keeping these two things into consideration, whether what is your comfort level and what is the comfort level of the listener. If you are using an accent which is not understandable by other people, then the very point of you having an accent or you speaking English becomes, meaningless, because other people can't understand you. Now, if you are too comfortable in your way of speaking, but other people feel kind of off about it, or if this is not accepted as professional enough, then it probably won't serve your purpose. So you kind of need to strike a balance between the two. Now, this is easier said than done, and you kind of need to find out what works for you and what doesn't. And what I would say, whatever is your intention, just be comfortable with that it's okay. There are gonna be people who would criticize you if you speak in very native accent. There are going to be people who are going to criticize you if you speak in an American accent, if you speak in a British accent. There is almost there is almost nothing you can do which won't be criticized by others. So what's important is what you choose to do. Now, here is another dubious thing about your comfort. There are certain things we are comfortable with, but we do want to change. Comfort is just not like we don't want to make any growth, whatever we are doing, we should be fine. No, probably not. Comfort is also about you trying to make changes. And if you're comfortable with making changes, if you are trying to be comfortable with making changes, then that is fine. I think what's important here is understand that your value does not depend absolutely on the accent you use. Your value does not solely depend on the accent you use. But if you feel good about yourself by using an accent, do it. Please do it. I mean, I have learned other languages and I teach other languages like Spanish, Italian, and when I do that, I know that I try to speak like the Spanish, because if I try to speak like a Bengali, with a Bengali accent, my purpose of speaking Spanish kind of becomes irrelevant, because probably they won't even understand, or they will find it very difficult to understand. So faking an accent is a good thing, but if you're faking an accent to kind of undermine other people and you want to show that you are greater than others, then that's a problem. But if it is something that you feel good about, if that makes you feel good, do it. But also understand that there will be other people who may not value this, and be okay with that. Be okay with that, because there are some people out there who doesn't even, who don't even want to learn English, and that's fine. You can criticize them that why you don't want to learn them, but that's their choice and they're comfortable with that. That's their decision. But whatever your decision is, try to be, comfortable with that. So whether you are faking an accent or not, whether you speak in a rural accent, a native accent, in an urban accent, or in a North Indian accent, South Indian accent, Eastern or Western Indian accent, whatever accent, that's fine. And if you want to fake it, keep on faking it. That's fine, because what is faking? It is basically practicing. Because once you just can't have a natural American accent. You can't have a natural British accent unless you fake it. What is faking? Faking is practicing. And that's exactly what all of us are doing when we are trying to, speak in English. What is that? Faking it? That's practicing. And when you practice it, that's fine, because there is a time when you get to a point, when you just feel natural about it. You feel okay that, I used to fake it, but now it comes naturally to me, and that's fine. And before you get to the natural level, you kind of need to fake it and be okay with it. And if you think that somebody is using too much accent and you can't really understand that, tell them that, even though you are speaking in English, I can't really get it because I'm not interested in accent. I don't value it. And that's fine too. That's up to you. Whether you value it, whether you don't value it, that is up to you. Whether you need to learn English or not, that is up to you. Depends on what kind of career you want to pick, what kind of life you want to lead. Depends on you. There are people who don't speak English and very successful, and there are people who speak English and may not be. And there are people who are successful and they speak amazing English. There are people who are successful and speak so English. So what I want to say, that understand what you personally want and what is required for your career, or your whatever need, your personal career or professional, whatever need it is. Do it because you care about it. Do it because you need it. And just keep doing it and help people do whatever they want. And when you probably don't understand an accent, just say that, could you please speak in a more native accent, because I will find that easier to understand, because I'm not interested in that. And there are also, other people who, if you are one of those people who wants to have an accent, then when you talk to someone, ask them, hey, I am really practicing speaking in accented English. So if you find it difficult to understand, please tell me, then I'll speak, in a more native accent. So do this, and I hope the problems you have will be solved. And what's important is what you want and what career path you are picking, and how to become better in those things. That's all that matters. So help yourself, help others, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and that's all of us are looking for. And I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you for listening to this video, and please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with your friends, share it with your colleagues, because there are so many struggles people are facing. If some of these things you can share with them, that would alleviate some of their tensions. That's really good. That's good for you, good for me, and good for them. It benefits everybody, and when we share, we grow. That's very, very important. Something that we are not willing to share, we just can't grow. So the more you share, you create an environment of English around you that eventually helps you to become fluent. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow.